Assalamu alaikum. Today we discuss the topic of comparison between resistance and reactance of the chapter AC circuit. First we discuss what is the resistance. Resistance is the opposition offered to both DC and AC current. So first point we write about the resistance, that is the opposition offered to both DC and AC. We know that the resistance is always opposed the current. It offer the resistance to both DC and AC current. Second point we write that due to collision of electron with atom in a conductor, heat energy is produced. When the electron in a conductor collide with the atom in the conductor, they produce the heat due to collision of electrons, collision of electrons with atom in a conductor, with atoms in a conductor, heat energy is produced, heat energy produced. Third point, we write that consume real power, convert electrical energy into heat. It always consume real power, convert electrical energy, convert electrical energy into heat. Fourth point, that is we write about it, that is the independent of frequency. So it is the independent of frequency. Last point we write about the resistance, that is the voltage and current are in phase. So we write that voltage and current in phase. When the voltage and current are in phase, it means that they have the 0 degree phase difference. That is all we write about the resistance. What is the resistance? Here we compare between the resistance and reactance. Now we discuss the reactance. अच्छा, रिएक्टेंस जो होती है वो आपके पास एक्स एल भी हो सकती है और एक्स सी भी हो सकती है. ठीक है, एक्स एल डैट इज रिप्रेजेंट द इंडक्टिव रिएक्टेंस और एक्स सी डैट इज रिप्रेजेंट द कैपेसिटिव रिएक्टेंस. Inductive reactance that is represented by XL or capacitive reactance that is represented by XC. So first point we write about the reactance is the always opposition offered only to AC current, not to DC current, because it depend upon the frequency. So it is only opposition offered to the opposition offered only to AC, not DC. Second point we write about that is the due to energy storage in the inductor that energy stored in the magnetic field and in the capacitor energy stored in the electric field. So due to due to energy storage in inductor energy stored in the magnetic field. So here we write that the energy stored in the inductor that is in the magnetic field or capacitor, that energy stored in the electric field. Third point that is we write that it does not consume real power, only store and return the energy. Reactance does not consume the real power. Resistance we discussed that it is consume the real power. It converts its energy into heat and light. But in the case of inductor and capacitor, it does not consume the real power, only store and return the energy. So here we write that does not consume real power, only store and return energy. It does not consume real power, it is only store and return the energy, only stores and return energy. Last point we discuss about the reactors, that is we depend upon the only the frequency. Inductive and capacitive reactors both are depend upon the frequency. So here we write that it depend upon the frequency, depends on frequency. Inductive reactance formula is that is the X base L that is equal to omega L. Omega L that is represent the angular frequency, and capacitive reactance that also depend upon the angular frequency 1 over omega C. Okay हो गया. That is we discuss about the comparison between reactance and resistance. First we discuss about the resistance and then we discuss about the reactance, and now we discuss about the what is the real power and what is the reactive power. First we discuss about the real and active power that is used in when the we use resistor in the circuit. Reactive power when we use the inductor and capacitor in the circuit. So now we discuss the active or real power. Okay, now our next topic is that is about the active or real power. Okay, first we discuss about the active or real power. Active power is the part of the electric power that is actually consumed in a circuit due to useful work like producing heat, light or mechanical energy. So here we write that active power is the part of electrical power. Active power is the part of electrical power that is actually consumed in a circuit to do useful work like producing heat, light or mechanical energy. Okay, now we discuss the way the active power exists. Active power exists only when the current and voltage are in phase, like in a resistor. We discuss in a resistor that the current and voltage are always in phase. So here we write that it exists only, it exists only when current and voltage are in phase, like in a resistor. In a resistance, current and voltage both are in phase. So here we write that like in a resistor. Active or real power only exists in the resistor circuit. Now we discuss the reactive power. Reactive power is the part of the AC power that is not consumed but is stored and returned to the source by reactive element, that is the inductor or capacitor. So here we write that reactive reactive power is the part of AC power that is not consumed but is stored, but it's stored and returned to the source by reactive element, but is stored and returned to the source by reactive elements. वालेकुम सलाम जी जी सब्जी आज तो नहीं खानी, बना लूंगी, कल बना लूंगी। बैठे हाँ भी पका लूंगी सब्जी। कल दूसरे कुछ देते हैं संपल गए। अच्छा फिर अंडे भी आप रहे। अच्छा आप ही जमीन बिजनेस 4-5 जगह अरे एक ले जाओ पकाई के। अच्छा नहीं तो यहाँ आने दे शुरू। वो नहीं खा मैं फिर खा दे शुरू। सही ठीक है। हाँ तो यहाँ पे वो खाई शुरू। हाँ वो खा लेते हैं, वो नहीं खा बैठे हम बस प्रेस तो यहाँ पे हम सुन रहे। अच्छा बारिश चढ़ी थी यहाँ पे कोई। अच्छा हाँ मौसम सुबह खराब था। Okay, where we read that the energy is not consumed, stored, and returned to the source by reactive element, that is the and capacitor. Okay, now we discuss the active or real power or reactive power. Reactive power is the part of AC power that is not consumed but is stored and returned to the source by reactive element, that is the inductor and capacitor. Active or real power. Active power is the part of the electrical power that is actually consumed in a circuit to do useful work like producing heat, light, or mechanical energy. It exists only when current and voltage are in phase, like in a resistor. Okay, reactive power, it only exists on the circuit when where is the inductor and capacitor is present. Inductor and present is not consume the real power, it only store and return to the source by reactive element. Okay.